Hello all, welcome to another session in this course. In this session, I'm going to cover one of the most important topics in this course, that is objects. Till now, whatever I have covered is one side. Now, if you don't understand the objects theory here or concepts here or practical stuff of the objects concept that I'm going to cover in this session, it's going to be very difficult for you to understand the JavaScript course. So this is a turning point or one of the most important topics of JavaScript language, guys, which is objects that a lot of people get confused. So let me make this objects concept as easy as possible for you. Okay. So let's get started with the objects. What are objects? What are objects? Let me explain. Objects. What are objects? Objects are nothing but representation of real world entities. Okay? Objects are nothing but the way of representation of real world entities in JavaScript language. Okay, how can you represent some real world entities? What are objects? Is a way or mechanism. Objects are nothing but a way or mechanism in which we can represent, we can represent real world entities in JavaScript language, other words. Okay, so to understand this statement, first you need to understand what exactly are these real world entities. Okay, then you will be able to understand this statement. What exactly are these real world entities? If you focus here in this statement, this particular term, what are real world entities? Anything that you can see in this real world, okay? Anything that you can see in this real world is nothing but a real world entity. I'm going to give some examples of the real world entities, like what I can see in my room. Let's say I can see a bottle, okay? I can see a chair, I can see a table, I can see a laptop, I can see mouse, okay, mouse pad, and I can see an adapter, okay, adapter or laptop charger, whatever you can see. I can see some switchboards, so switchboard. I can see some windows, okay. I can see, door. I can see some cupboard, okay. I can see a photo frame. I can see a tube light and other type of lights. Okay, many things are there here. Okay, I can also see other stuff like the mobile phone I can see, and many more items are there in my room. Okay, so yeah. So these are few real world entities, and if I go on to the road, okay, if I am in the room, this many real world entities I can see, guys. Okay, if I go out of my room, right, I can see more real world entities. Like I can see some tree, okay, I can see some building, I can see cars on the road, I can see the road, I can see the sky, I can see some birds, okay, I can see some dogs, cats, and many more items. The list is endless, right? Whatever you can see. Okay, whatever you can see in this real world are nothing but real world entities, guys. Okay, these are some examples of the real world entities that we generally see in this real world, guys. These are some examples of the real world entities that we see in this real world. If I want to represent such kind of okay, many more etc will be there. If I want to represent such kind of real world entities in JavaScript language, what is the way or mechanism in which I can represent this kind of real world entities in JavaScript language? Objects. Okay, with the help of objects we can represent this kind of real world entities in JavaScript language. Okay, so this is what is a concept, guys. Okay, but technically what exactly are objects in JavaScript language? Technically speaking, objects are a collection of, okay, in JavaScript language, objects look like, though you are representing the real world entities structurally, okay, structurally objects look like the collection of properties. Okay, so structurally or technically, objects look like a collection of properties, guys. These properties consist of, the kind of variables and methods and all those stuff. Okay, variables and functions. Functions inside the objects are called as methods, guys. I'll explain more about that later. So I'll explain more about the technical stuff here, but for now, theoretically or conceptually, how the objects concept started. Objects are a way or mechanism in which we can represent real world entities in JavaScript language. If you want to represent some kind of real world entities like bottle, chair, table, etc., in JavaScript language, we have to create objects. But how to create the objects? As a collection of properties in JavaScript, we can create the objects. So I'm going to practically show you how to create objects in JavaScript, guys. Okay, for that, let me open the Visual Studio Code Editor. So once I launch the Visual Studio Code Editor, which doesn't take much time, okay, let me close all this stuff and under this there are no files. I'll just create a JavaScript file, guys. Okay, I'll just create a JavaScript file. So real-world.js. Okay, okay. Intentionally, I'm giving the file name like this. Okay. The previous one of the previous sessions I covered about the naming conventions, right? I'm just following the naming conventions going ahead till now. Till the previous sessions, I didn't follow the proper naming conventions from the beginning of the sessions till the previous session. In the previous session itself, I explained about the naming conventions that we need to follow. So whenever you create the JavaScript files or any other files under these JavaScript projects, right, you have to give the file names like this, okay? Kebab case, you have to give. And inside this JavaScript file, I am going to create object. How to create an object? You have to create like this. Let some name. For example, I want to represent a real world entity like a car. Okay. Let car is equal to curly brace, starting curly brace, ending curly brace. Okay. Let car is equal to starting curly brace, ending curly brace. Inside this starting and ending curly brace, I'll be creating the object separated by com. I will be creating a collection of properties. Okay. I told you right here, collection of properties. These properties can be variables and functions. Functions inside the objects are generally called as methods. Okay. Outside the objects are called as functions, but inside the object, if you create a function, that is called as a method case. Okay. Remember that, or else I'll explain. Don't worry. Okay. So let me tell you what exactly here. Already I mentioned the let keyword. You don't have to write the let keyword before the variables inside this particular object, guys. Collection of properties you are going to create. So let's create something like this. Okay. Name of the property you have to give colon and give the value or something. Okay. For example, company of the car. Every car will have a company, right? Company colon. Give double quotes and I'll give the car company as, Kia. Okay. Put a comma here. Give one more property. Model. Okay. Karens. Karens is a model, comma. Then let's say cost. You don't have to give let keywords here for at the object level only let keyword will be there. This is object name. Let, you are declaring the object with the let keyword and is equal to inside this object you can create a collection of properties. Okay, not a single variable or function, but multiple. Okay, a collection you can create. Okay, cost. Let's say I'll give some cost. Let's say 25 lakhs, comma. Okay. Wheels is like let's say mileage. I'll just give mileage also. Mileage is equal to 18 point okay 18.56 kilometers per liter. Okay. Then I can give any type of value. So then what else, guys? I can give anything. So here I'll give one more thing, that is wheels. Wheels colon 4. Okay. So these are some variable kind of properties. I don't have to put let keyword here. Okay. At the object level only you already created the let. Okay. So similar to the way you declare the variables, you have declared the object also with the let keyword, or you can also use const keyword if you don't want to modify update the values here. You can use a const keyword also in place of the let. You can also use const also, but I'm not going there. Okay, I'll generally use the let. Okay, in real time, most of the cases we'll use let. Now, I want to create a function also. Okay, I want to create the function as part of this object as a collection of properties. I want to create a function inside this object. So let me create a start car. Okay, start car colon. How to create the function? How to create a function inside the object? This function that you are going to create inside the object is called as a method, guys. Okay, here this is the name of the function, guys. This is the name of the function, which is nothing but a method. We should not be calling it as function anymore. Though it is a function, we should not be. The functions inside the objects need to be called as methods. This is the name of the method, and here I have to write function here. Okay, function keyword circular brackets. If you want to give the parameters, you can give the parameters. That's okay. Here I'll write CLG. Okay. So this is the syntax of a function, guys. Okay. Method inside a object. Okay. The function method inside the object. This is the name of the method, colon, and you have to use a function keyword, circular brackets, starting of the method, ending of the method, and inside that whatever the code you want to write, you can write. For example, here I'm writing the sample print statement I am writing. Here I'm going to write here. Okay. Car from company. Car from company. Which company? This company. Okay. Plus this dot company I'll write. Okay. Car from company. That is plus this. Why I'm using this keyword? To refer to the company variable which belong to the car object. Okay. I have to use this keyword. Okay. To refer to the company variable of this car object, have to use this keyword here. Okay. In JavaScript. Plus generally we have to write this here, guys. Okay. Inside the object, it's better to write this. Okay. To refer to this company. What will happen if I don't use this? Is there any problem? No problem. There's no problem, guys, whether you use this or not. If you use directly company, also fine. Okay. Car from company plus company and model plus this model has started. Has started like this. I'll write why this is coming. Let me close this. Okay. So let me do like this. Otherwise, okay. Otherwise, this will disturb us. I would like to create few more. Okay, I would like to create few more methods inside this object. Functions inside the object are generally called as methods, and this name of the method, and we have to create using the function keyword. It can have parameters, and inside that you can write the logic. Okay, so additionally you can put this dot also if we have some parameters. Okay, here for example, here also some parameter is there. For example, company parameter is there. Okay, if I you know if I refer to the company, it is nothing but a parameter, not the object. Okay. So to differentiate the parameters from the object related variables, we have to use this keyword. But if you don't have the company here, it's okay to use this here. Okay. That's fine. Car from company, company and model. Okay. Whether you use this dot or without that, that is also good. Okay. Fine. No problem. Again, comma. I'll write one more. Stop car, colon. I'll write function here. I'll write function here. And then here CLG. Okay, car from company plus company plus and model plus has stopped. Okay. Here string concatenation, you remember right in one of the previous session already covered about string concatenation. Why I'm using this plus symbol, you should be able to understand right now. So here multiple variables I created as properties inside this object, and also I'm creating multiple functions as methods inside this particular object. Okay. Now car details is one more method I'm going to create using the same syntax. This is the name of the method, and this is the syntax. Okay. And here I'm going to write, okay, company of the car is plus company. Okay. So for a while I'll just okay, we'll focus on this. Then then model of the car is plus model of the car is plus model. Then cost of the car is plus cost. Then mileage of the car is plus mileage. Then wheels of the car are plus wheels. Like this, I'll write this. I have created a perfect object here, guys. I have created a perfect object here. Okay. This is how we can create objects. Okay. This is how we can create an object in JavaScript, guys. In object in JavaScript is nothing but a collection of properties which consists of these variables and functions which are called as methods. Okay. Function. Okay. Objects will consist of objects in JavaScript. consists of a collection of variables and functions, variables and methods. Okay, here inside the methods I'll write functions. Inside the object are called as methods. Okay, functions inside the objects. Okay, outside the object, if you create a function, that is a function, but inside the object, if you are going to create a function, that is called as a method. Okay, so you have to remember this. Okay, so hope you got some idea about how to create objects, okay, in JavaScript. So with the help of this object, what I have done, guys, have represented a real world entity, which is nothing but Kia Karen's car I have represented. Okay, as you can clearly see here, have represented a Kia Karen's car here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here is I want to access this. Okay, you see the story is not done when I create an object. Okay, the story is not completed if I create an object. Now I can perform operations on this object. Okay, I can I can do a lot of stuff, guys. Okay, I can access this properties of this object. I can delete the properties. I can update the values of this properties. I can call these functions. Many other things I can do. How to do that? I'll just decrease the font size, guys. Anyhow, we have seen so far how to create an object, so you should be able to understand this. Here, outside the object, I'm going to access this object properties. How to do that? To access that, here, console.log, here I'll write, okay, the name of the object is car, right? I'll write here car dot company. Like this, I can access, okay? Most of the people access like this, or you can also access like this, car square bracket, inside that company key you have to keep key name. Okay, property key name you have to keep, property key is this one, and values, key value pairs these are. Okay, you see, variable name is a key and its value is this one. This is a key, this is a value, this is a key, this is a value, this is a key, this is a value, this is a key, this is a value. For methods also, the name is a key and this is a value. Okay, name is a key, this is a value, name is a key, and this is a function or method. Okay, so you can access like that. Okay, car square bracket company or car dot company, both will result in the same thing. Let me go to the terminal and just run this for a while. New terminal, and I'll just run this. So I'll say node real hyphen world dot js. Enter. Any error? Car dot company. Okay, this is not working. This is not working. Did I do any mistake? I have seen the notes actually. This is working, guys, but this is not working. I just thought this should work. Okay, let me check some notes, guys. Okay, let me check where I am doing some mistake or something. Let me check the notes. Okay, let's go here and let me check the notes if I am doing some mistake in accessing the properties of an object. Let's go here to the top and let's see what is happening here. Okay, all things are good. Here, okay, double quotes I have to give. That's what is a mistake. Okay, so here, guys, whenever you're specifying the key name inside the square bracket, you have to specify the double quotes. So which one is better, guys? I don't remember this, right? Car square bracket double quotes company. Better to use car dot company, which is easy than this one. Though there is a possibility we have to learn that we can also give car square bracket. Inside that key name should be surrounded by double quotes. Then only it will come. That's the reason the error has come. So let me clear this and run it again. You see this time Kia came. Okay. Company, when I printed company like this, car dot company, access the company property of the car object or company property of the car object. In both of the ways we got the same output. So this I can ignore for a while, guys. Okay, I'll be using this format actually. Console.log, other properties I'll try to access, that is model and all. Okay, car dot model. Okay, if you run this, you see Karen's is also coming. This is how we can access the properties, how to call the functions, how to call these methods of the objects. Functions inside the objects are called as methods. How to call the methods? Simple. Car dot start car. Okay. Car dot start car. Let's see here how to call the methods. Circular brackets we have to give. Okay, I forgot circular brackets here. Okay. Car dot start car. Clear. Let's run this. Okay, again there is a problem. You see, car from company and model has started is not working. Car from company and model has started is not working. The reason behind this is, if you want to refer to the properties or variables of this particular object, you have to use this keyword, guys. Otherwise it's not going to work. Okay, better to use this keyword, then only it will work. So this dot, okay, whenever you are referring to the variables or properties of the object, inside the object, you just access them using the this keyword, okay? This keyword, this dot. So here also this dot, here also this dot you write, here also this dot mileage, here also this dot wheels. Now it will be done. You see, now it is working. Car from company, Kia and model, Karen's has started. Without this keyword, the things are not working, guys. So inside the object, if you want to refer to these properties, you have to use this keyword, okay? Outside that, with the help of the object name, you can access them, okay? Either this way or this way, you can access them. And now car dot stop car dot car details, car dot car details, circular brackets, run this clear, run. You see? Company of the car is Kia, model of the car is Karen's, cost of the car is mileage of the car is, wheels of the car are 4, Kia Karen's. Okay, all these details done. Okay, everything is working fine. As you can see here, when I run this, you are getting, you see, all the variable property values are getting printed, and also the methods when you call, these are the resultant of the method calling statements. Okay, I call the methods using the object dot method I need to call. Okay, so at a high level, hope guys you are clear with what exactly are objects, how to represent the real world entities in JavaScript language, and okay, how to represent real world entities in JavaScript language, and how to access properties. Not only that, guys, if you want to delete a property, or if you want to update the value of the property, you can do anything, guys. Okay, if a lot of things will be there. Let's go with additional details now. Let's go with this is a this object. You have clearly understood, right, what exactly it is an object. Okay, key value pairs will be there as a properties. Object is a collection of properties. Each and every property is a key value pair. Okay, including the methods inside the object. So you can access the objects using the dot notation. You see, object name dot property name. Bracket notation like this, but you have to give the key name surrounded by double quotes. If not, you'll get the error. And then next one is adding a new property. You can also add a new property, guys. For example, this particular object has company, model, cost, mileage, wheels. I want to add one more property to this object. Outside the object, I want to access. I want to add car dot color is equal to black. I want to add. That's it. It's done. Okay. We can add like that, guys. Okay. So what will happen if I try to print here CLG? If I print car, what will happen? Let's see. You see, the object is getting printed. When I print this object, when I print the object name, when I print the object name, which is car, inside this lot of properties are available. Entire object got printed, you see, company and all those stuff. In this, you see, company is there, model is there, cost, mileage, wheels is there, but wheels is there, but here color is not there. Okay. So what I will do here is I'll remove this statement from here, and after adding this property outside, I'll paste it here. Okay. After adding that, I'll just print the car. Then what will happen? So let me comment all this stuff so that we don't get unnecessary output here. I'll just commenting the remaining stuff. So here simple thing is after adding in property for the object from outside the object, okay, what is happening I want to show you. Clear? Okay, the space is not enough, guys. This is a problem, or okay, fine, no problem. So press enter and see that what is the output we got. You see? Where is the color? Color also came. You see, color property also came. Color property also came. Okay. Similarly, if I want to delete a property, delete keyword you can use, and followed by the car dot delete car dot. Let's say I want to delete something known as mileage. I want to delete. Okay. Here I am going to write delete car dot mileage. I want to delete this property. Okay. After that, I want to print the car object. Okay. So it should contain color. It should not contain mileage. Okay. That's the thing. Let me clear and see whether delete part is working or not. You say company, model, cost, wheels, color is there, but mileage is removed. Okay. Mileage got deleted. And also you can update the values also, guys. You can update the value. Mileage got deleted, color got added. Mileage will be deleted, color got. Cost I want to increase it to 26 lakhs. Okay. I want to update the value. Car dot cost is equal to 26 lakhs I want to make. 26 lakhs I want to make. Let's go here and let me clear this. Run this. You see, cost has been updated. Okay, inside the object the cost value got updated to 26 lakhs. This is how, guys, you can also not only create the objects but also you can add a new property to the object. From outside the objects you can uh, update the value of the objects, update the value of the properties of the objects, and you can delete a particular okay, property from an object. All those stuff you can do. You can call the function, call the methods, this keyword. This refers to the object itself. What does this means, guys? Here, this means to the something that belongs to the object. Okay. When I say normal company means this if I don't give this means this company doesn't belong to the object. Somewhere outside the object you are referring. But if I say this dot company means the object belongs to the this company belongs to the object. Okay. That's what is the meaning. Okay. Something that belongs to or refers to the object. Something that is there in the object. If you want to refer, you have to use the this keyword. Otherwise, you are going to get the error. Okay, nested objects and all I'll cover later, guys. Okay, let's not worry about that. Okay, looping through an object. You can also loop through an object, guys. Okay, you can use a for in loop with the objects. You can use for in loop with the objects. I'll be covering this also later. Okay, let's not worry about that. At a high level, this session I wanted to cover most of the details of the object and what are the different operations you can perform on the object. Okay, many other things I need to cover about the objects, guys. We are just getting started with the objects here. Okay, we are just getting started with the objects and many other things are possible. Let me remove this method, guys, which is taking a lot of space. Otherwise, you cannot see the entire code. Okay, so this is how you can work with the objects. Okay, this is how we can work with the objects in JavaScript. Hope you got it. Okay, this is the code. This is the code for working with the objects in control plus. Okay, it's becoming this. Yeah, this is fine. This is how we can create an object which contains a collection of properties, and you can access the property values. You can delete the properties from outside the object. You can update the property value from outside the object. You can print the object and all the details of the object, including the method names of the object. Everything will be printed, and you can access the values of different properties of the object in different ways, and you can call the methods of the object from outside the object like this. And if you want to refer the properties of the object within the object, inside the object, then you have to use this keyword. Outside the object, you have to use the object name. Okay, outside the object name, if you want to access this object properties, you have to use a dot or square bracket kind of stuff. Okay, with double quotes kind of stuff. Within the object, inside the object, if you want to access these properties, you have to use this keyword. Those are the fundamentals we have understood till now, guys. Okay, there are a lot of details about the object. We just got started here, guys. I don't want to cover each and everything about the object in the same session. We'll be learning in the upcoming sessions about more about this in the upcoming sessions. Okay, so that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye. Hello all, welcome to another session in this course. As part of this session, I am going to cover the next topic, that is using for in loop with objects. So let's begin. If you remember in one of the previous sessions under the JavaScript basics, here under the flow control statements, under this iterative or looping statements, I told you that there are different type of iterative or looping statements we have in JavaScript. One is while loop, second one is do while loop, third one is for loop, fourth one is for in loop, and fifth one is for off loop. Okay. In that five type of loops, I only covered while loop, do while loop, and for loop while covering this topic as part of the flow control statements. And at the same time, I told you that I'll be covering for in loop with objects. So the time has come now for me to demonstrate another iterative or looping statements which have postponed in the previous session right now, because we are into the objects, and with the objects we can use for in loop. I can demonstrate and explain about the for in loop with objects. So let's begin. In the previous session, I covered what exactly are the objects and I explained all the stuff about the how to access the object properties, how to update the values of the properties of the object, okay, and many other stuff, how to delete the properties of the object and many other stuff I covered regarding the objects in the previous session. So as a continuation of the previous session, in this session, I'm going to show you how to use for in loop for accessing the object properties in this session. So let's begin. So for that, let me launch Visual Studio Code where I am demonstrating the JavaScript code for you all. So this was the object that I have created in the previous session. That is a car object having some properties, some methods. The functions created inside the object are called as methods, and how to how to add properties to this object outside the object, how to delete the properties of this object from outside the object, how to update the value of the one of the property of the object from outside the object, and lot of other stuff, how to access the properties of the objects and all the different ways like car.company or car of square bracket double quotes company, anything. I covered a lot of stuff for you, right? How to call the methods of this object. All these things I covered in the previous session. Now, what I will do here is I'll just copy this object. I'll just copy this object or I'll delete all this stuff. I'll remove all this stuff anyhow. I'm not saving anything in this project, right? So I'll just remove all this stuff. This is the object, right? This is the object, and here I want to access all the properties of the object. So traditionally, what I need to do in order to access each and every property of this object, what I have to do. So for that, I have to write something like this, console.log car square bracket double quote company I have to write. Okay, this is one thing. The next one, console.log car square bracket double quote model. Then I have to write console.log car square bracket double quotes cost. Okay. Then console.log car square bracket double quotes mileage. Then console.log car square bracket double quotes wheels. Okay. Then console.log car square bracket double quotes start car. Okay. Start car. Then I have to write console.log car square bracket double quotes stop car. Like this, I need to. Then I need to run this code. I need to run this code. To run this code, I'll just go to the terminal. Let's go and new terminal, I'll say, and here, let me run this. I'll just drag it so that you can see the entire output here. Okay. So here I'll write down real hyphen world world.js and press enter, you see. So when I say car of company key has printed, Karen's model, Karen's got printed, and here cost 25 lakhs got printed, and you know mileage, this mileage got printed, wheels got printed, and here function also got printed. You see function start car and stop car function got printed like this. So instead of writing this many print statements here to access each and every property of this car object, okay, so here anyhow the properties got printed here, guys, but instead of accessing each and every property using the print statement here, can I use some loop? Can I use some loop to iterate through all the properties of this car object and not only print the keys but also print the I want to print both the key and values of these properties. Okay, for each and every property that is there in this, whether it may be variable property or whether it be a method property, I want to print the key and value both. Okay, so in that case we can actually use for in loop. Okay, how to use for in loop? Write for keyword, circular bracket, starting of the for loop, ending of the for loop. Inside this, write let key. Okay, you can give any name here, let K, let P, anything, but key is apt word at this point. Let key in, for in loop, right? So we have to use in operator here. Okay, I'm declaring this key with let. You can also say K also, that's also fine. Let key in car object. iterate for each and every key in car object, and here write down console.log. I would like to print the key. Key means what? Company is a key, model is a key, cost is a key, mileage is a key, wheels is a key, start car is a key, stop car is a key. So if I go with this for loop like this, if I go with this for loop like this, and let me clear this and run the code. You see all the keys from company to stop car will be printed. Company to stop car, all the keys got printed. Company, model, cost, mileage, wheel, stop car got printed. Now what if I want to get the values also, like this Kia, Carens, 25 lakhs, 18.56. Along with the keys, I also want to get the values. So if you want to get the values, you can write only values. If you want to get, you can write car of square bracket of key. Okay, car of square bracket key. If I write like this and clear this, and if I run like this, the values need to be printed. You see, Kia Carens, 25 lakhs, 18.56 for, the functions, the value of the functions got printed. Okay, like this, the values got printed. If you want to print both the key and values, okay, if you want to print both key and values, key plus, like this you write, and space, give double quote, just to separate the key with values, just give colon here, then everything will be fine. You can at the same time you can print the key and its value. Car of key is nothing but the value, guys. Okay, you see, this time you can clearly see. Okay, this time you can clearly see key got printed and its value got printed. Okay, key got printed and its value got printed. 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 Key got printed and its value, the actual function got printed. This is a proper way of printing, guys, the key and value. Key got printed and its value got printed, separated by colon symbol. Colon is coming here because I mentioned the colon. If you put hyphen, you will get company hyphen Kia, you will get. Okay, like that. So guys, this is how we can use foreign loop. Okay, this is how we can use foreign loop. Okay, foreign loop with the objects in the JavaScript. Okay, if you want to iterate through each and every property of this object in JavaScript, you have to use foreign loop like this. Foreign loop is especially designed for iterating through the properties of the objects. Okay, when you are working with objects, we generally use foreign loop. So hope guys you understood how to use foreign loop with objects in JavaScript. So that's all for this session, guys. See you in the next session where I'm going to cover another topic regarding the objects. Till then, see you. Bye bye.